Hey, what's up, guys? It's Balon here, and today we're going to be looking at Game Finds Episode 4. This is an Anime North edition, and I ended up going up there to this convention that happened like a couple weeks ago, and ended up finding all of these game stores, and I'm happy to share what I found with you guys. So sit back, relax, let's get into it. Super Mario Maker. Now this is the boxed version here, so it comes with a little like idea book, but it's more like an art book. It was released on September 11th of 2015. It's a it was developed by Nintendo, the EAD. I don't know what that means. And we already kind of know what this is. If you know Nintendo at all at this point, this is a level editor for Super Mario. So more or less just gonna kind of showcase what this box looks like in case you have never seen it yet. We have the front, we have the back here. And the back will show a whole bunch of different kinds of level styles. So you have your Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 3, the best one, Super Mario Bros World, and Super Mario Bros U. One thing that's really lacking here is Super Mario Bros 2. I know it's supposed to be like a different game, but man, they really should have just threw it in here. It would have been so good. So good. So yeah, it lets you play, lets you create, and lets you share. I ended up looking through a whole bunch of these, and one thing that's really fun is to get through like the automated ones, or the ones that actually have like music to it. So you can actually like play a whole bunch of music in these levels, which is really cool, but they're kind of short. You can only make these levels so long, which is a little sad. I kind of wish you could make them as long as possible. Okay. So opening up this box here, we have an art book, the game. Let's set the art book aside for a second here. So the game actually has a little bit of an issue here. Huh. When did that happen? That's unfortunate. Opening it up. Not much to it. I like the red case though. I think it's actually kind of cool. That's really unfortunate. It must have been like how it was put into this box. It's no good. We have to find something to flatten that. Possibly gain some of that. Good old boxiness back. Alright, let's look at this art book here. Now, this is actually really cool to see. It's very simple stuff like the first Mario level to music and a whole bunch of other stuff here. Like this says Nintendo. Has a bunch of codes here. I'm not sure what that means, but it must be like items you can import. See, this is not an idea. Still really cool. Still really cool. But yeah, this is just a whole book of this. And there's the cat paw. Little drawing of a castle. Jumps. Lanky Mario, which is so freaking weird. Coins. Craziness. Shells. And we're not even halfway through the book. Yeah, there's a lot to this. But if you do like this artwork, I would highly recommend getting this game. I'm sure they'll keep the servers up for a decent while. And if they do shut off the servers, I'm sure they'll give you an option to kind of like download as many of these games as you possibly can. Do I do that? And pop this in. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I shouldn't be putting it in on this side. Maybe. What if I do it the other way? Push it in like that. Then do it this way. Ooh. So smart. So smart. Much wow. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, these boxes do not last. Very unfortunate. Like, you can already feel it, like, pressing in and just not helping anyone out. Anyways, Super Mario Maker, everyone. And let's move on to the next game here. And so this that was one that Bleached Out bought, and this is the second one that Bleached Out bought. And this is a... You know what? I'll just show it. I'll just show it. This is Harvest Moon: Another Wonderful Life. This is kind of a kind of like a kind of got like a Pokemon Gold Silver kind of thing going on here, where we have Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, which is the male side of Harvest Moon, and then you have Harvest Moon: Another Wonderful Life, which came out a bit after, but is female instead of male. This was developed by Marvelous Interactive and released on July 26th of 2005. You literally have, like, reading through this game, you quite literally have to do the girl model, like role model, or the game ends. Like, if you decide to pick a guy, or if you just refuse to pick a guy, the game will end. If you divorce the guy that you're with, the game will end. Like, it's just, you have to follow like wife material the entire way through, which I found a little sexist. Like, you really kind of get locked into a position there, but I digress. Alright, look at the back of the game here. So we got a lifelong adventure, and I believe this uses the same kind of stuff here, but it says use brains and charm to win the future husband of your dreams. Choose friends who influence your child's career and future. Yeah, this is all about raising a child as well. Carefully cultivate seeds, wink wink, into valuable hybrids. Buy or raise your own prize, winning sheep, cattle, and chickens. And you can connect Harvest Moon for more friends in Mineral Town for the Game Boy Advance. So I'm guessing you can get extra stuff for that. That's this last little point here. As you can see, you get a picture of crops, animals, you holding a baby, and then there's a baby in the bottom right there. Yeah, Game Boy Advance compatible. That's really cool. Alright, let's open this baby up. Alright. So we got Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life here. And ourselves a little letter to Natsume. Registration card. Please print. And we have our Nintendo GameCube precautions booklet. Of course, of course. And we have our booklet. Now, everyone knows that the Harvest Moon booklets are the best part of Harvest Moon. And if you say that's not true, you're just lying to yourself. Alright, so let's look at this. Look how freaking hefty this thing is. It's like 50, 60 pages. Oh, it's like 48 pages. Wow. This is a full color manual. Absolutely beautiful. It is full of stuff. Look at this. You plant, what it means, your guides, explains your farm, and how to do everything. This is your big survival guide to how to play this game. Quite literally. Like, you actually have your everything. And I think at the very last page, somewhere along the very last page anyways, you actually get like a list of bachelors somewhere in here. Oh, that's the French side. Okay, 1 second here. Well, you'll find them in here eventually. It actually has like a... It's a complete guide. It really is. This thing's kind of amazing. Chapter 1 cast. Ah, here's your, here's the people you can marry in this game. We have Weirdo Marlin. He's a grump. He's all about stuff. There's some guy who's supposed to be a cool kid. And this hippie over here. I don't know. One thing I do notice is that if you decide not to actually go after any of these people, a random person will propose to you. One of these 3 people. You have no choice in this game. You must marry. I don't get this game. I don't get it at all. I thought it was just going to be a little more freedom, because the game seems like there was a lot more freedom involved in it. Nope, not at all. Alright, so I told you they're heavy hitters. We got Super Mario Maker, we got Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life. Like, these are not cheap games. These aren't like $5, $10 games. These are hefty chonkers of games. And it only gets crazier from here, guys. I'm serious. So we're going right into the PS2, and we're going to do a really heavy hitter right off the bat here. This is an RPG that I wanted to get, but I never thought I would actually pay a lot of money for it. I was thinking this game would show up at like $80 somewhere all the time. And when I found it for this price, and I actually haggled it down a little bit more, I was quite happy with it. And it's a very interesting game, I have to say. And that is Growlancer Generations. Now, Growlancer Generations is one of those RPGs that didn't really sell. I don't think it really sold all that much, because there's a crap... It's a pretty high-priced game. Let's go with that. And looking it up and trying to figure out why, I think you can kind of figure it out. So, Working Designs, this publisher here, actually went defunct. And this was their last game that they published. So I guess that might be enough of a hint of why. What you notice about this game is that it's actually not just one game. It's 2 games. So we have Growlancer Generations 2. Let me just turn this around here. The Sense of Justice. We have 2 here. And then we have Growlancer 3. Which, yeah, Growlancer 3, The Dual Darkness. So we have 2 separate games here. I believe they were PlayStation 1 games at the time, and they sure look like it. But they're very beautifully made for this PlayStation 2. And we got ourselves our manual here as well, but let's take a look at the back first. There's a hefty thing of text here, but let's just kind of get the gist of it here. So, Growlancer Generations is a spellbinding set of 2 complete RPGs that span space and time itself. Sense of Justice introduces players to Growlancer's world of sword-plane magic, where peace between 3 kingdoms is on the verge of shattering. Growlancer The Dual Darkness takes players back to the place, time, and planet where the series began. So, you know, they're 2 completely different games, I think. And I believe it's kind of like Final Fantasy, where you have every RPG is different. Now, I do know that we do not have a Growlancer 1 that was released in North America, but I believe we have Growlancer 5 that was released over here. And so I think that's the only other one in the series we can really get our hands on at the time. I'm not sure if there is other ways to get them, like in a kind of a legal standpoint, not emulation. Please let me know. I would be very curious to find out. Alright, so as I said before, let's take a look at this manual. Ooh, it's also a very heavy manual, but there are 2 games involved in this. A very beautiful looking manual here. Look at that. I always kind of enjoy the artwork of these manuals. They're just freaking amazing. Like, they're just so good. Oh my, oh, so good. So which one's your waifu? So yeah, that's definitely, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. Oh, wait a second. Is there? Huh. 1 second, guys. I did not know this. There actually might be a second kind in the back here. You see that? There's a back cover to this. Well, let's take a look. Oh, damn! That's cool. So we have our regular Growlancer Generations cover here. But if you actually look on the other side here, it's the third game, Growlancer Generations. It's got the cover for each game. That is super cool. So keep that in mind. When you do purchase this game, you can choose which side you want. If you really don't like that second game, you don't have to look at it, guys. Just don't have to look at it. That's super cool. Yeah, I told you guys, heavy hitters. Heavy hitters. And it doesn't end there. We actually have another RPG coming up here. This one is... Actually, this was made by Careersoft, by the way, and released in 2004. Both discs are actually CD based, so I just keep that in mind when you're looking at this kind of game. Alright, so this one actually has a price still on it, but I decided not to leave it on there just for mostly for fun. And I was very excited when I wasn't actually specifically looking for this game, and when I tried to find out, like, when I was trying to find a copy, they all seemed kind of expensive until I came across this one. And this one kind of seemed fair to me because, well, first off, it's sealed. And that's Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2. Now, I did not play very much of the first one, and the personal reasons are that I wanted to find the second one before I played the first one. And now I know what you guys might be saying, but why would you open this? It's sealed. Well, I'm a heartless bastard and I really don't care. So this continues on from the first game where... what's that? Oh, that looks kind of benty. Oh well. The promised land was nothing but a new hell. And I'm not gonna actually, like, read much more into this. Once again, I'm trying to keep myself into the dark as much as possible, especially for RPGs like this. There's just a lot more going on than meets the eye, and I don't really want anything to kind of click for me. So, I'm very excited. Like I said, very excited to have this game. I will not be opening it until I am about to play it. I apologize for all you purist collectors out there, but man, that's just what I do in my garden. Alright, we're actually kind of going through this pretty fast. Well, I couldn't really show off that game, but we're hitting more heavy hitters. Always more heavy hitters. Though this one's a little controversial for some people. Because I think this is... no, I think this is controversial. This is Suikoden 3. Now, Suikoden 3 is, of course, the third game in the series, so it's not confusing like everything else. But this very much follows the Suikoden style of game, I believe anyways. I have never played a Suikoden game myself. I do own the first one, but I do not own the second one, for very obvious and poor reasons. The second one's just so expensive, man. I don't know what you're expecting from me. Looking at the back here, we got ourselves... We basically play through 3 different storylines of Geto, Chris, and Hugo. And on top of that, you actually still have, like, Trinity site system, whatever. It lets you build your castle, lets you collect your 108 stars of destiny. So you still have like that kind of part of Suikoden, and so I hope that kind of stays like that, because that's what I find most intriguing. That you're actually building a base and you have different styles of fighting. You have the full, you know, party battles, one-on-one duels, and strategic group combat. Like I like this. This is cool. So I hope this isn't like a bad game. I really hope it's not. And I have faith. I am a light and open-minded person. I don't say games are crap until I say they're crap. Alright, so we're gonna go completely left field here. I mean, like, seriously, like, not even, like, in the ballpark of the last few games. Katamari Damacy. I popped this game in to give it a try, and my senses kind of exploded. There is so much freaking color in this game, and I was just playing the first level. Like, everything, like, it was like I was on acid. Pure insanity. And I have really no other way to describe this. And I already have Willish, the boxhead guy that joins me on my stream sometimes. He really wants to see this game as well. So, you know what? I will save it until then. But let's take a look at this game first here. So, you are this guy here. And this guy screws up because he was drunk one night, I think. And he accidentally destroys all the screws in the sky, and he orders you, his pin-sized princely son, to put Twinkle back in the heavens above. How, you ask? By rolling everything and anything on Earth into clumps so he can replace what's missing in space. So, basically your goal in the game, and it's kind of like a puzzle game, where you have this little ball here, and you need to be rolling it up however you can, and then once it gets bigger and bigger, you can actually absorb larger and larger things. So that's really cool. It's a very simple premise, but the theme is insane. So let's just open this sucker up. So we have our Katamari Damacy here, and we have the giant ball he is rolling, and we have this very, very lovely manual that we'll probably take a look at, because we have to. With this kind of game, we have to. Yeah, you see all the fingerprints and stuff. These cases, they do pick up a lot of fingerprints. Alright. Katamari Damacy. Let's open the sucker. I was expecting a lot more craziness out of this. From Katamari to Star. There he is. Wow. They gave him a whole page? Damn. The king of all cosmos, very big, wears cool threads. By accident, he annihilated the starlight sky. He was drunk. I swear he was drunk. Starting the game. First time play. Go to Earth. Like, this is just so cool. Whole collection, home planet. Few constellations. wait. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This game is just such, it's the pinnacle of creativeness, I think. This is really cool. You take such a simple premise and you turn it into something special. This is this game. And you know what? I can go as far to say as that not only I love Katamari, but we love Katamari. And here's the train. Thanks, train. I thank you so much. And so this is the sequel to Katamari Damacy, and this actually kind of picks up after the first game. So in the first game, you're collecting to replace all the stars, and in this one, the king of all cosmos is now kind of a celebrity, and in order to appease his fans, he sends his son to go appease fans and do more ball stuff. It's literally kind of the same game, but probably different levels and different kind of stuff. Yeah, so it says here, the king of all cosmos grew to stardom after replacing the stars with the Prince Katamari's. In response to his newfound fame, the king is out to appease his fans with the help of Prince and his cousins. Now they're tasked with rolling up even more clumps, even larger and more different than the one before. Now, one really cool thing about this is that it says over here in the bottom here that it says an all new 2-player co-op mode and expanded battle mode. So that's really cool. I would love to be able to play some of that. It stays as a puzzle action game, and you literally roll all the things, but now you have a fan base. This is also developed and published by Namco, just like the first Katamari Damacy, and this one was actually released in 2005, while the previous ones are released, or the previous one was released in 2004. So, if you're thinking, oh man, I'm not going to be able to get these games, like where can I play something lovely like this? Well, luckily for you, they have a PSP variant of Katamari, and they also have Katamari Reroll. Okay, so now what some Canadian publishers did is that they created a French version and an English version. So this is all French. No, this is not the French. Is this the French one? Yes. This is the French one. This is the English one. Let's look at the English one. I don't know how to speak French. I apologize. We're not all multi-talented here. Okay. Still not enough stars here. Holy crap. A whole different art style. Now this is cool. This is a treat. Holy crap. Teaches you the game. Literally. This is insane. This is so colorful. They outdid themselves here. Like, this is so cool. Change characters. Here's the 2-player. Damn. Wow. That is so cool. And of course, I believe you can take this one and this one and put them together. You can? You totally can! I love it. I love that they do that. Anyways, so yeah, we love Katamari. Alright, so hold on guys. I have 2 more games, and these are really special games. For you guys who don't know much about a certain series, you've got to stick around. So we currently have a couple of Dragon Quest games here. And they are rather special in these parts because there's not really many copies. Hint, hint, hint. Over here anyways, there's probably tons in Japan. We have Dragon Quest V for the Super Famicom. And we have Dragon Quest VI also for the Super Famicom. And these are their inbox versions. We're going to open them up one by one and take a look at both of them. But we're going to look on the back sides of them first. But first, a little bit of information. So, first off, the art was both done by Akira Toriyama, the guy who made Dragon Ball, and most people know that already. But this was actually developed by... 5 was developed by Chunsoft, and 6 was developed by Heartbeat. And this was released in 1992, while this one was released in 1995. And these artworks immediately caught my eye when I was looking through the booths. It was just pure, unadulterated. Oh my god, these are beautiful to look at. And I knew that if I had to get these with manuals, I am getting these with manuals. And they weren't very expensive. They're actually probably one of the cheaper games to get on my list, just because nobody understands Japan. Or Japanese in general. Me as well, but I am attempting to learn it, so I have that going for me. So let's take away 6 for now. Actually, let's look at the backs first. So not like I said, I don't understand very much, but we have to appreciate this freaking artwork. Even though it's blurry and terrible. I do apologize for that. I really gotta fix this camera. Like, can I just... Nope, we're not getting anywhere with it. Oh well. So, I probably screwed this up somehow. Anyway, so yeah, we have the back of the manuals here. I noticed that the artwork is distinctly different between the two. Mostly noticing that they are showcasing on this end that the enemies have animations now. And I believe that is showing... I don't think it's showing very much else. Now, one thing I did see that was really cool is that there was also Dragon Quest 1 and 2 on the Super Famicom as well. I also saw Dragon Quest 3, but I didn't see 4, which was very confusing. Maybe you just didn't have a copy, but like they decided they wanted to remake all of these for the Super Nintendo, which is really cool. I do think that. So let's actually take a look at number 5 first. So these are not sealed. As you can see, they're already kind of opened. And one thing I do like about the Super Famicom for Japan is that they actually don't have like cardboard. They actually have plastic, as you can see here. And it perfectly fits into this plastic cartridge here, or this plastic mold. And let's take out the manual here. Dragon Quest 5. Now I believe that this is supposed to come with a map as well. Dragon Quest 6 actually has one, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But first, just appreciate the condition of this thing. This is just beautiful, guys. Like, this feels like it's a collector's piece. It's just absolutely beautiful. Now you can see some like little dirt spots here, but apart from that, this thing is so well kept. It's insane. It's really insane to see. It's just beautiful. And as you can see, there's a little divot here for a map. Like to point that out. Alright, so let's take a look at this manual as well. Let's move this out of the way. I don't want to damage anything while I can here. So you can see this manual is a little more worn out than the game itself, but that's okay. Look at this art. You see it, little quippets of it everywhere. In the corner, I'll get down here. Beautiful. Like, I was looking through this manual in awe, and I was just like, this is just so beautiful. This is amazing. And you wonder why the Japanese absolutely love this series. This looks like an art form to me. It really does. Now, I can't read a lot of this, or all of it for that matter. So unfortunately, I can't really say what's going on in it. And I can't really read the comics either, so this is really unfortunate, but I do hope that one day in the future, I'll be able to play this game for you guys and translate it on the fly. It's a hope and dream of mine. It's a Far Cry dream, but, you know, a dream nonetheless. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and open up 6 here in a second. Let me just get 5 back into its trophy case here. I do like that they kind of look like VHS cartridges. I thought that was cool. Alright, let's open up 6 here. As you can see, once again, it's very much already open. That wasn't me. It wasn't sealed. Don't yell at me. Grab this. It has the same kind of inner case as well. This one's in a much better shape, I think. Now, one thing about this one, and see, it even has little things to pull this up. It actually comes with a map, which is really cool. But let's take a look at this cartridge first. God, this is beautiful. Like, this looks like nobody's played this game before. And you damn well know this game has been played a lot. It's kind of sitting loose in here. You can kind of hear the shaking. So we'll put this to the side. But that's just so cool. So cool. Anyways, let's take a look at this map. So this is what intrigued me the most about this. And why is that? Because this isn't glossed. This is a paper map. This is not meant to stay. Like, this is not meant to be something. Like, there's actually a blank here. And you're supposed to actually take a pencil and start filling out different locations you find on this map. So I'm really, really happy to see one in this condition. Now, I don't know if they did this in a lot of their games, but this is really cool. This is just astounding. And I don't really know much else. Like, I've never played the Dragon Quest 6 and 5 games, but this is really cool to see. And you know, maybe one that would have been filled out and put back into the box might be cooler. That would be the only thing that would be cooler. But seeing one without any writing on it is also just as cool to me. Alright, so let's take a look at this manual now. And I'm sure this is gonna have just as beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That's just freaking beautiful. I'm gonna move over to the right here. There we go. You guys can see it a little better. This one's a little more simple looking, I noticed. There's guys holding signs. You notice that the second one had a lot more art in it. This one's not holding as much, but it's still very beautiful to look at. When you see Japanese here, it looks more art for me, you know? The language itself is very artist heavy. But yeah. And that is Dragon Quest 5 and 6. Guys, I think that's all I got from Anime North, and I hope and wish you all the best of luck. Best of luck. Why luck? I hope and I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. If you like this video and want to, you know, help support and show your support, please throw me a like, throw me a subscription. I would very much appreciate it, guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.